Hey, what's going on, you guys? In this video, I am going to be showing you a cool, easy approach to playing lo-fi hip-hop piano. If you're new to the channel, make sure you hit the like and subscribe button for more content on music production topics, piano playing, and guitar playing. We have a link in the description to my Gumroad store, which is chock full of free products you can check out. We just dropped today a lo-fi hip-hop piano MIDI clip pack. So if you don't want to play these things into your productions, you can just drag and drop these lush, ornate, pre-prepared MIDI clips into your productions royalty-free. So be sure to check that out. And without further ado, let's get into the video. All right, so how we play what you heard in the intro is essentially using 9 chords, major 9 and minor 9 chords. There's a previous video in this series where I covered a similar easy beginner approach to playing lo-fi hip-hop piano. Because we're using these chord extensions, major 9 and minor 9 chords, you want to start with one hand at a time to make sure you don't overwhelm yourself. So take your left hand, and you can find middle C is right here. We're going to now place our pinky of our left hand on D and play a D minor triad. So there's our D minor triad with the left hand. The second chord in the progression is going to a C major triad, which you'll find right next to it on the left. So to get started, just play these 2 chords and go back and forth. We're essentially adding on extra intervals onto the chord. So with your left hand, if we have this chord, we're now going to take our right hand, the index finger specifically, and place it on the C above it. This is giving us a D minor 7 chord. So we've added on the 7th interval, but we need to add on one more interval to make it a D minor 9. And we're going to do that with our ring finger on our right hand, adding the E. Now here's the D minor 9. It's basically like taking a simple triad in the left hand and just adding on these 2 extra intervals to extend the chord, hence chord extension. And we're just going to play it this way. So your left hand and your right hand, index and ring. And the reason why I'm specifying these 2 fingers on the right hand is because we want to have the ability to play this note, the root note, with the middle finger of our right hand. So you should be able to play it this way, with your middle finger. And we're just going to take this exact same voicing with the same fingering and just move it down to that C chord that we were talking about previously. And that gives us a C major 9. So now what you want to do is go back and forth. Feel free to pause the video at any time to practice this step. The last step is just adding basically a riff onto this chord voicing. So I play the chord voicing with both hands, and holding down the sustain pedal, I'm just playing a pattern where I use that middle finger as well on the right hand to play a pattern between these 3 or 4 notes. So the thumb of my left hand, and then obviously the first 3 fingers of my right hand. And the pattern goes like this. Again, nice and slow. One more time. So you want to get used to doing that pattern. And you can do the same pattern on the C chord. One more time on the D minor 9. On the C major 9. It's pretty simple, but when you hold down the sustain pedal with your foot, it creates a really nice riff to go along with the chords. And it kind of goes along with this general idea of once you learn a basic voicing for a chord extension, in this case the minor 9 and the major 9, You want to experiment with just playing with the notes that you're already playing in the chord, so you don't have to play a fancy riff. The riff, basically speaking, can be inside the chord you're already playing, just by hitting certain notes in that chord in some kind of sequence you can make up. You can make it as busy as you want, and by holding down the sustain pedal, it creates a nice joined sound to those notes that really helps things flow in and out of each other, and it creates a smooth sound, especially if you play with a softer approach or a softer attack. And you can just experiment with hitting different notes. Again, this is in the key of C major, so you don't have to worry about whether or not you need to hit a white key or a black key. The key of C major, generally speaking, is always going to be using the white keys. So it's also really easy to expand on this riff, change it up, create your own variations, and just explore these voicings on your own some more. So hopefully you got something out of this video. If you enjoyed it, make sure to hit the like button and subscribe, and I'll catch you in the next video. Have a good one.